Farooq Dondi, do you think you went overboard, Farooq Dondi, yesterday? Because the Australian Prime Minister responded to you. Do you think you went overboard when you said, you know, we need to retaliate? We need to have a form of retaliation. That's what you said.
I am very glad that the Australian Prime Minister has reacted, because as we say in South India, wake up and smell the coffee. I'm also supportive of Mr. Rudd's statement that people have to follow the law. It's a law-abiding country, and in any civilized country, one knows that self-defense is the right of a citizen. I did not say that people ought to retaliate. Insofar as if you try and burn down my house, I can kick the kerosene can out of your hand, I can take the matches away from you and give you a slap. It doesn't entitle me to go and burn down your house in retaliation. That's not what I said. I said that self-defense is, or even organized self-defense, is the right of the citizens of Indian origin or Pakistani origin or any racial group that is being targeted by organized or even disorganized racists.
Okay, I'll just get your point there. Thanks for that clarification. You also made a point. Deepat started to respond to that. You also made the point, Mr. Dondi, that India needs to respond. You said that, right? You said India and Indians need to respond. Indians as a people, India as a country need to get out of the victim mindset. You said that yesterday. I said it's not our problem. We can't do much about it. And now some extreme comments again from Mr. Farooq Dondi. I'm sure going to provoke more reactions in Australia. Question is this. No, Mr. Chopra.
Definitely
Mr. Chopra.
Not. But I do believe that that the picture is too complex. It's multidimensional. It's not a single-dimensional dimension. There is racism in Australia, yes. Let me begin by telling you also, I don't know if I said this earlier, but you know, I have been living in Australia since 1981. It's been my adopted home. Two of my children are studying there. My daughter is studying in University of New South Wales. My son is studying at Shan at Knox Grammar.
Right.
And I'm very much cognizant of the society and so on. This is the first time ever in all those years that I have had anything like this hit me in the way that it is. One thing that everybody seems to be missing, and I do believe it's also a key to this phenomena, is that this is very Melbourne-centric. Most of the incidents, 99% of the incidents have happened in Melbourne. They are also happen to students, Indian students, who by and large are studying in the private sector, college sector, whereby they are going in for these $4,000 or $5,000 courses in colleges, then living in the cheaper suburbs, which...
But that there's been no action, no investigation, nothing.
Yes, of course, it is, but then is it surprising that any government, when it comes to like this, is going to try and, play things down rather than give even more hype to a hype that is happening? The fact is that you guys have done a great job in having brought this debate in the public realm. I personally am really pleased about it. In subsequent conversations I've had with Australians, both within the university sector and outside, I have made this statement that had it not happened, you guys wouldn't have been talking about it or thinking about doing something about it. So
society doesn't believe that the Indian government owes any responsibility to the victims of this race attack. Am I getting you right or wrong, Mr. Padsati? You don't think the government of India owes any responsibility for that?
Look, firstly, let me say that I entirely agree with Farooq Dondi.
Yeah.
Do you think the Australians will take on the Lebanese or the Chinese community? They are organized to hit back if they are attacked. The Indian community must first organize itself and set its house in order so that they don't take things lying down. Now let me tell you what I told you. Firstly, with regard to, in legal terms, in terms of international law, India can officially take up matters pertaining to its nationals. That is the chapter of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. That we did in the case of students. On a larger basis, we do take up the case of people of Indian origin because there is an emotional attachment to them. But Arunabh, this is a two-way street. You take this up continuously. When I was in Australia and they wanted to talk about human rights in India, I told them, get lost. It's our internal affair. You have the American